Welcome. Welcome to Midnight Moments with me. I'm going to be coming to you at midnight daily to bring forth whatever message that I'm led to bring, okay? So, I started this channel to put a little balance on the internet, when I first started. Later, we'll get into the details of those things. But tonight, part of balance is healing. You know, healing is very important, and in the world that we live in, and I was once a part of practicing those things, survival mode. You get hurt, you keep going. You keep going. You never take the time to actually heal. And how do you know that you're healed? Because oftentimes people will think that they're healed and they're not. And so, personally looking at that, what that means for me is you can be healed in some areas. In some areas, you're not healed in. Do you get what I'm saying? Just like when you're in school. Some people good at math, some people good at English. Some people good at art, some people good at music. You know, we all have special qualities and gifts, you know. That's why we have to be ourselves. Because just think, if we were not programmed from birth, we all know it, you know. When I was young, and I realized early, I think I was like a preteen, I realized it's not in alignment. The way the world is doing things is off. That's how I just looked at it at that time. And a lot of times I really don't have the words for things. I just know, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, you learn as you go on how to deal with things by having a different perspective on things. You know, when I was young, we had those record players. We done went through the CDs and all that. We had 8 tracks, all that. So I used to buy those record players, and you put the little needle on there and play the record. And when you would sit the record in the back seat of the car, the sun it would be warped. You understand? And then when you would put it on there, it would go up and down, so it wouldn't sound like how you bought it, you know. That's what we used to do. We used to go buy records, 45s and albums. That's what they call them, albums. But now they ain't even out. They live streaming and everything. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Again, this is Midnight Moments with me, and I'll be here at midnight with whatever's on my heart. I have to be obedient. When you're not obedient, things don't go right for you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so realizing that the sun melted or whatever it did affected the album, I called it warp. And so I looked at myself as being a little warped, you know, and I really wasn't warped. I was my original self, but I was warped as far as the rest of the world goes, if you get what I'm saying. Welcome in. Hit the like button, y'all. I'm becoming live. Midnight Moments with me. I'm Sister Sharice. This is my YouTube channel, and tonight I want to know about healing. You know, we all heal, but do we go within and get all the healing? We heal from one thing, and we think we got it. These are my experiences, but we have to look deeper. And we have to look deeper. That's why I die to myself every day. Every day, I want to be a better me, you know. Understanding that the way that we look at things may be incorrect. And then going on, I remember when I was 18 years old, then I found out a lot of things that I had believed growing up were not true. Not true at all. Not true at all. So you'll go through phases of learning that the way that you thought things were really not the way that they were, you know, and then you have to heal from that. If you're triggered, you know you're not healed yet, you know. I'll just talk to you a couple of ways that I heal myself immediately when I become hurt. I don't wait no more, you hear me? Because why wait when that's what you got to do to go on? Why wait 2 weeks, lay in the bed for a month? Why do all that when you know in order to move forward, you're going to have to heal? Go ahead and do what's necessary because that's going to take some time, especially because when you heal one thing, you'll see that there is another. Because when you keep healing, you'll begin to see clearer. When you see clearer, thanks for staying with me, y'all. That's here. Anyway, you got to heal. So I use grounding and meditation, and it's a lot of different forms of meditation, you know. One way, I be talking about color therapy, you know, when you just, maybe I put meditation music on, and then I draw some things. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I've drawn here. And I'm not going to hold you too much tonight, but I want to talk about healing. Because I'm finna go take me a spiritual bath. You know, this is the end of my day. And this is the first day. This is another one. It's a lot of things that I have planned for this channel. I've really been preoccupied with a few other projects I've been working on. So one project is ending. Well, not ending. The work part of it I was doing. This is another. Some of them I haven't finished yet. But, you know, this is something that I do. And I might start another one. Here's another unfinished one. Color therapy. I've been posting some of my pictures. This is one I just did the other day. Yeah. And so anyway, in order to heal, you have to really be real with yourself. You know, you have, and as we keep going on these midnight moments with me, we're going to talk about, oh, I see y'all. I'm sorry. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Chelsea Patterson. What's up, everybody? I'm not used to going live, so bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I see everybody's comments, but I will pay attention to that moving forward. Anyway, That's one way that I do, but you don't have to just do one thing. I do many different things because if one thing is not working, I go to another one. So at any rate, I have a lot of different things and ideas that I'll be putting forth and presenting to you all. And so right now, I'm going to bid you all a good night, a good morning, and we'll talk to you at midnight with Midnight Moments with me. Thank you.